Okay, quick Tuesday morning radar update. So, bit of read across from the US this morning. We've got the gap up, and we've had the gap trade. So let's just see what we see in these volume leaders today. Looks like a pretty good day. You know, we've had a couple of up weeks in my portfolio in the stocks I follow, and from the pullback we were looking for, everything's kind of going to plan. We'll see if we get to trail and add a few of these things. So first things first, I'll just quickly have a look through a few markets. What's happening in oil? Yeah, it's still in a downtrend, isn't it? Gapped up on a bit of news and then back down it goes. Obviously, to do something bullish, it wants to move up into this area here, really. Moving on from that, what's gold doing? I'm a broken record on this stuff, aren't I? This is where reward to risk found, pull back to mean trend. And these look pretty uninteresting sort of volume in these, uninteresting price action for quite some time, isn't there? I dread to know what silver looks like. Yeah, kind of, looks kind of like, it's the high probability reward to risk trade has already played out, hasn't it? Anyway, moving on from there, let's go straight into the UK volume leaders. Let's see what's on the board today. It is 10:30 nearly. We should have traded 29% to be on average volume. We've got lots on volume today. Lots on volume. Threshold a little bit. Yeah, it's a good day. We got window dressing start of the month. Let's order them by sector rather than volume and just buzz through. We'll get a bit of a view. Healthy mix. Seeing travel and leisure, industrial metals, asset managers are in there. So let's just buzz through here and just see what we see. HSBC. Just refresh, large cap main market stocks are swing vehicles in my world, trading sort of the pullback to the high move or a breakout maybe. But small caps, small to mid caps, micro cap to mid caps, I'm looking for the high growth ones. So, pullbacks and breakouts, that's the game. So I'm looking for pullbacks and breakouts. Price structure. IFINA's, this one's one what we covered all the way back here, and it broke out and it did an early pullback and it never broke trend, and it's still structurally not broke trend. So all the way up, for my style of trailing a stop, this thing is still, it's 100 and whatever out of the base, isn't it? 100 and, I don't know, you tell me, 120 out of the base. So yeah, if you're riding it, keep riding it. Happy days. What about getting on board here? Well, you see a big trend, you've missed a big trend. Moving on. Build, obviously, it just gapped up, and it is a GTRS leader. Got some solid forward turnover, especially on this one. But it's already mid-rebate on that one. Not really any sort of price action consolidation on that one. It's just melted up, hasn't it? You don't see it that often, but it's nice if you're in it. If you're not in it, wait for the next one. Yeah, house builders, they're not doing too badly there, are they? The early bird setup was the pullback, really, but then they broke out of these. A little base is visible on Bellway. the other stocks just don't look great, do they? The other charts in the sector, they tend to move as a group. Let's just buzz through these. Pack animals. All right, JNEO. Yeah, had a bit of a down move there, hasn't it? But it's pretty normal action so far. Travis Perkins. AVAP. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird trading stock, that one. Bit choppy. I don't know why it's got a line on it. Obviously, someone's asked me about it, so. And you'll notice a lot of the asset managers are kind of trying to base out just off the lows there. You can see it in quite a few of them, apart from that one, obviously. PHTM, obviously, this one's old news for us. This one's obviously old news for us as well. It's year on year. It's what we call a sloth. So it has its moments, but it's the log scale on. It's had its moments in the past, but it's been trading kind of pretty loose. But we did chart it anyway. I know a few are riding it at my site, but yeah, it's making money, isn't it? It's gone all the way through that market correction. And we refused to break trend, which is a good thing. Let's just buzz through a few of these. Potential basing action on SOU there. No forward on that one. There's not many oilers hitting the screens whatsoever at the moment. KITW. It's probably decelerating across the board on the forward numbers, but it's if you took that setup, you're in trail mode anyway, aren't you? W7L, obviously this one's good to go as well. I won't curse it because I hold some, but it's breakout, and then it moved up and it based out again, broke out, early retrace, and off it goes on its journey. Things to note: just go through the time frames, have a look at the volume on this. This is the footprint you want to be. See why this level is so important, because it was respected on volume twice, and once they decide to push it through that, happy days. It's been broken out on volume, and this it's broken out on volume here as well. Go down to the weekly. It's just good volume footprint, isn't it? It's good volume. This right side of the base here, off it went, and there's no distribution. The only distribution is this little short range bar, and that's kind of it. It's not a distribution. It's there was a distribution week there, wasn't there? But that's not a distribution bar. It's a short range bar. That's buyers soaking up the supply there, and off it goes again. So hopefully it can get its melt on. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Get a few at least start rotating some, and we never know which ones the good trends are going to be. You drive yourself insane trying to work out which, looking for the holy grail of which one is going to be the big winner. Nobody knows. At the end of the day, anything can hit the tape. But if you ride your winners and you cut your losers, don't strangle your winners, while you're riding them. You'll end up with some catching some outliers. What's an outlier? Well, for me, anything above a 5-6 hour trade would be good outlier trade. But I'd rather than be in the 10 to 15 plus area myself. Cool. So this one's had a bit of news this morning. I'm not so sure about this one myself. Travel and leisure. It's technically challenged still where it is, so it's trading towards an earnings and profit and turnover breakout. So it would be nice to get a little bit more of that. And we'll see what it's trading towards after this. I think it should be ticking up again. So this one might go up it might head up the GTRS once we've got a little bit more data dropped. Gaming realms, obviously we talked about this one last week. These gambling stocks, can always get hit by regulation and things like that. So they're not the nicest stocks to ride, but they do work okay. If I had the choice, I wouldn't be trading the gambling stocks or the financials either, but sometimes I do. Don't strangle them, or else there's just unknown gap risk on them, isn't there? I suppose. So that's what's in the volume leaders this morning. It's just nice to see stocks trading like stocks. It's been a pretty good 3 or 4 weeks really. And the key is, build on success. Do not just keep pressing the button. If you're not having much luck with what you're pressing the button on, well, it's either you've got your criteria is a little bit flawed, or you're just taking too many trades in a short period of time, or you just need to trade the ones what have got more gas in the tank and try and get a few good trends under your belt. The hard game is just jumping on these commodity trends and everything like this. They tend to fizzle out. Everyone was long gold, weren't they, a week or two back, and gold's gone sideways since. It's kind of if I'm not seeing the stocks, I'm not going to be trading the stocks. I don't jump on any of these. It's nice to have a theme, but wait. I wait for my pitch is basically what I'm trying to. My pitch is better than any opinions. So building on success, adding to what's working, cutting what breaks your stop, and make sure you sell your losers when they break your stop. Don't strangle the trades. Hopefully we can get some something to stick here in this market period. Okay.